Hey everyone, can you hear me? Just starting the stream right now, I guess. Let me manage my window real quick. Adrian isn't on at the moment. We'll see if she can join us a little bit later. Yeah, so today is December 11th. And so we've been doing at least 10 days of Vlogmas. And how have you guys been enjoying those vlogs? Thank you for the people who've been commenting and encouraging us to keep going. It's kind of weird being on the live alone, um, mainly because there's like a slight delay, so the words I'm saying and then watching myself broadcast, um, and then seeing it pop up later is really discombobulating. Vlogging every day definitely makes me think about everything I do a little bit more. It's like, oh, I'm doing this really cool thing. I should stop and record it. And sometimes that takes me out of the moment, and then sometimes it makes me want to like do stuff. Adrian, I'm trying to get a hold of her right now. She lives in Saley, and I live in Cameron, so uh, um, we're not really like in the same area. So I was trying to get a hold of her, but I haven't been able to get a hold of her yet. Hopefully she can jump on. I know she has some kids that she needs to like take back to school on Sundays if they come home for the weekend. So something might have popped up in her schedule and she won't be able to make it. But I still wanted to be able to jump on because, we said we were going to do live streams. Yeah, so today's topic is holiday movies and, you know, what defines a holiday or Christmas movie out there. I know there's some people with really strong opinions on what a Christmas movie is. I did a quick Google research, and these are some of the definitions that came up. It's like the film must primarily be set during the Christmas season. The vast majority of great Christmas movies have their climax or on Christmas Eve, but any time in the stretch from post Thanksgiving until New Year's qualifies as a Christmas movie. There are five elements of film, which is narrative, cinematography, sound. Um, oh, those are just five elements of film. Okay. But like basically like having some sort of like Yuletide joy or the setting around Christmas or the theme about Christmas. Me as like having a film degree and a filmmaker, um, Christmas movies aren't my favorite type of movies, especially like the Hallmark movies. They're just really cookie cutter. You know exactly what's going to happen, even if you've never seen the movie before. Like, the uptight businesswoman has to move or work in a really small town, small Christmas town, and then all the local town people complain about how she's not Christmas or festive enough. And then there's that one guy who he's either a widower, so he has a son, or he was heartbroken during Christmas, and then so they find love, and he teaches her the joy and miracle of Christmas. And there's like 20 Hallmark Christmas movies that come to mind with that exact plot, and so I really don't like it. Um, and I know oddly enough, like there's it used to be like ABC Family, but now they call it like Freeform, and they have like their 12 Days of Christmas movies. And I think somewhere along the line they decided that Harry Potter movies were Christmas movies, which it doesn't follow any of those rules about it being set around Christmas time. I just think it's because they have really pretty music and really nice snow scenes, and then they just play it during the Christmas time. I know my mom always likes to watch Harry Potter. She has the full um, seven movie box set, and well, she watches Harry Potter almost year round. Like every once in a while, she'll just watch movie 1 to 7 on a whole day. So yeah, I think it's really weird having this conversation by myself, even though I know there's a couple people watching and they're out there in the chat. um, I guess the major debate with like the holiday movie or Christmas movie is whether or not you consider Die Hard a Christmas movie. Um, and I guess according to the parameters of does it happen around Christmas, or is like the major climax of the movie on Christmas Eve or during Christmas time, then yeah, I guess it's a Christmas movie. Um, but what do you guys out there in the chat think? Is Die Hard a Christmas movie to you, or do you not care for it very much during the Christmas time? So there's kind of a funny story about like holiday movies in my family. One year, like the first year I went to college in Illinois, and then we came back, and for some reason everything was just a little less festive that year. We didn't really have a plan for Christmas or holiday activities or anything. And on Christmas Day, I gave my brother a couple of movies, and I got myself some movies during the whole Black Friday sale. I think it was like the first and only time I participated in Black Friday. Um, so we watched American History X and District 9. Those were like our Christmas movies that we watched that day. And if you've seen those two movies, you know they're not very festive or in the Christmas spirit. But just talking about those two movies, those that was basically the mood or the tone of our holiday that year. Um, so yeah, what's like? Do you guys go to like the movie theaters on Christmas Day? I know that's a thing. Sometimes people go on Thanksgiving Day. I know once in a while, like if we didn't have a lot planned or anything to do, we would go to the movie theater later on. Yeah. It's so awkward talking to myself. Not really talking to myself, but I can't really interact with anyone on live stream. Like, I've said again and again, I invited Adrienne to do Navajo Tea Time with me because she's the one who likes to talk a lot, and she gets really down into like the story time. But I think something came up and she couldn't really make it for this live stream. Um, but yeah. Um, what else do we talk about? Um, One of my favorite Christmas movies. Well, I guess it's not really a Christmas movie, but it came out during Christmas. Was Sweeney Todd. Uh, Yeah, Sweeney Todd is one of the movies I like to watch during Christmas time, because, well, like the director said, Tim Burton, he's like, red's a Christmas color, and there's a lot of blood, but it also gets me in like the baking spirit. I really like to bake while listening to Sweeney Todd because it's a musical. Um, so yeah, yeah, like Harry Potter definitely became Christmas movie themed, even though I don't think any of their narrative themes or even like the climax happens during Christmas time. It's usually just the whole scope of the school year, and I guess there's a lot of emphasis on the Christmas holiday that they have because they get to go home and interact with their family, and like usually some catastrophe happens over their Christmas break. I like Brady, I do like watching scary Christmas movies too. Like there's that Krampus, and then there's like Black Christmas. Um, but I can't really watch them as much as I would like because my little one likes to watch movies with us. So, um, she just turned 6, so we gotta try and like keep the holiday movies a little bit more festive and joyous. And yeah. You're welcome. I just felt like we should keep going live just 'cause we promised we would. And this is a different experience going live by myself. Thank you for like commenting and interacting with me on the stream. um, what other Christmas movies are there? I like to watch Nightmare Before Christmas. I watch it from like Halloween until the end of Christmas. That's just, I guess, the generic emo punk goth kid go-to Christmas movie. My little one loves watching Nightmare Before Christmas. Anytime there's like a new, like people do different Nightmare Before Christmas themes, and they put the songs in like their little shorts or vlogs or reels on social media. So anytime like I click one of those and she hears it, she like jumps over and wants to see um, the Nightmare Before Christmas theme stuff. Yeah. Um, we definitely do have a lot of Nightmare Before Christmas ornaments, and that's just kind of our whole family dynamic here at my house. Um, I know when we still had Dish, because we canceled our Dish TV because we didn't watch it as often. Um, we would watch the Christmas Story, a Christmas Story. They'd play on like TNT or something throughout the whole day. And I never actually watched like those Charlie Brown holiday specials. Has anyone out there watched them? Like the holiday Christmas. I know when we were little, we used to watch those stop motion ones with like Santa Claus and Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Um, yeah, so like when we were little, we used to watch those all the time, and then my mom bought them on the DVD, so we would watch it too. Also, yeah, Navajo Men and Lakota Bee. You have twins and they're Grinches. Um, my little one, she loves everything festive and just sparkly lights and glitter. So holidays are definitely her time. But How the Grinch Stole Christmas is definitely a staple in my family, mainly because I feel like without Dr. Seuss, I wouldn't have learned how to read so easily. Because, like I said, probably in a later recorded video, I have a learning disability, which makes it a little bit more difficult for me to read and comprehend reading. So Dr. Seuss was one of the books I learned to read on, like his whole books, and so I love the How the Grinch Stole Christmas. We have the original, And then there's the one with Jim Carrey, and then they have that new one. Last year we watched it. We used Amazon Prime and rented that new one. I feel like the original Grinch is always the best. The new one that came out, I feel like they took away his Grinchness, you know? Like the whole point of the character of the Grinch was that he's just a mean person, and like there's other stories about the Grinch, like Grinch Night, and I really loved that one too. And it just shows that he's just a mean person who has like a mean spirit. And so with the new Grinch movie, they sort of took that lore away from him from the rest of the Grinch stories. But that's if you like really deep dive into like Dr. Seuss's other work. National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. Um, I think those movies probably came out before I was born, but I know my dad watched Vegas Vacation all the time. I don't think we really watched Christmas Vacation much. Mean Girls is definitely a movie from my high school era, and I watched it all the time, and I definitely do quote it a lot. Um, just like some of those things, like you can't ask her why she's white, or she, that's why her hair is so big. It's full of secrets. And then there's also like the October 3rd, which they quote as Mean Girls Day. But if you also watch anime and Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, October 3rd is also Full Metal Alchemist Day. So there's those two holidays in October. And I feel like that whole Christmas talent show thing is definitely iconic and part of Christmas as well. Um, One other movie that my family likes to watch that my cousins got me into, it's called Tokyo Godfathers. It's an animated video, but it's like Japanese animation. So it's like the anime type of movie, and it's just this really ridiculous, wholesome, kind of funny story of like three homeless people. One guy's like a drunk, the other's a drag. He dresses as drag, and then like a teenage girl who ran away from her family, and they find this baby Christmas Eve, and it's just all the ridiculous stuff that goes on, and trying to get the baby back home to her parents, and it's hilarious and it's funny, and we watch it every year too. My mom kind of doesn't like watching it because she's not really into anime as much, but it's also not dubbed, it's subbed, so you kind of have to read it. But it's really funny. Yeah, it's called Tokyo Godfathers. Um, what other movies? So yeah, I'm the one who usually sticks to the topics, and Adrian usually takes them off on tangents. And so now that I've gone through my pre-planned topic list, I'm kind of running out of things to talk about. If you saw in our social media stories, I posted a photo about Elf on the Shelf. And I don't know if any of you other families out there do Elf on a Shelf. This is my first year participating in that. Personally, my personal feelings about Elf on a Shelf, I think it's like emotional blackmail. But my little one, I let her watch YouTube and YouTube Kids, so they have like these little family vlogs where like the kids are playing with toys, or like the parents are interacting with their kids, and it's kind of scripted, kind of scripted, kind of real life sort of interactions with kids and their parents. And there was one family that was doing Elf on a Shelf, and then and none for Gretchen Wieners, yes. But yeah, so then one night my little one, she was watching it and then she was really thinking about it and then she looked at me and she's like, "Mom, where's my elf? I don't see my elf anywhere." And so me and my husband were like, she wants an elf on a shelf. And then I was texting my older brother because I know he does elf on a shelf with his kids. um, and he does elf on a shelf on his kid with his kids. And I was like, okay, how do you do this? He's like, oh, you just buy it and it comes with a book that explains everything. And so we were doing that, and when we bought it, and then I purposely just like left it on her little desk space in our office because we have like a desk space for her to work in here while me and my husband are working in our office doing all like our editing, and he does his graphic design work. So I just left it there, and then she had all her homework on the little coffee table. I'm like, hey Frankie, go put your homework away. And so she did, and she put it on her desk, and she's like, "Mom, Mom!" And she just came running into like the living room, just screaming about how she finally got her elf. And I was like, is it really worth $30 to buy this elf on a shelf system that I personally don't believe in because I feel like it's emotional blackmail? But just seeing her reaction every time we like move the elf and every time she finds it, or like I think another thing is I've seen some people like do really intense crazy things about it. Like I saw a meme before was like had all this like spaghetti and syrup and stuff on like just poured on their stove, and a little sign that said that I tried to make you breakfast, and it was just the elf sitting there. And then someone commented on the below, it was like, I don't love my kids enough to do this with elf on a shelf. So I'm like, what are you supposed to do? I thought you were just supposed to place him somewhere. So now me and my husband were talking and saying like, we're going to like put it somewhere. If she finds it, she gets a little Rice Krispie treat. Or if she does something holiday inspired, like the other day we went and played in the snow on top of Gray Mountain. So we like, here, you played in the snow, you get a little Rice Krispie treat. And so we were figuring out just doing like that with her, like every time she participates in holiday activities or is good or she finds the elf really fast, then she gets a Rice Krispie treat. Um, so yeah, that's Squid Games. I haven't watched the first Squid Games actually. I have this weird tendency to be like, if it's too popular, I won't watch it. And I know that's a personal thing. That's definitely a personal, I guess, flaw. It's like a weird, defiant, like, I don't know. It's just a weird thing that I do where, like, if it gets too popular, I don't watch it, like Game of Thrones. Or another one was Breaking Bad. Everyone was saying how great Breaking Bad was and how you have to watch it. It's really good. It's really this and that. And I'm like, I'm not going to watch it just to spite you now. But I could check out Squid Games when I have the chance. I have limited hours in my life with a toddler. Um, yeah. So, oh, hi from Massachusetts. Hello. Sorry, I was just texting Adrian back. Hopefully she can jump on when she if she has the time. But yeah, are there any like other Christmas things? I think Hawkeye, that whole show is a very Christmas TV show. Just by the definition of like it happens around Christmas time and New Year's Eve time, and it's just very much set during the holiday season of that time frame. I liked Hawkeye, and did you guys like? How does everyone else feel about like the new Marvel universe after Endgame came out? I'm definitely just trying to pick up random topics to keep the stream going. So hopefully Adrian can jump on um, and continue the conversation after she gets on. Um, I think the only one I haven't watched yet in the cinematic universe is Moon Knight, and that's because there's a lot of like talking and a lot of story beats that I don't fully understand from previous comic books about Moon Knight that I'll have to like sit down and actually pay attention to the story, and I haven't had just the time. Yeah, I can see how Marvel can be very overwhelming. Like I said, like I don't have like the brain capacity to sit down and try and comprehend Moon Knight fully, so I haven't watched it yet. Even though I'm really interested in it, um, there's just so many other things going on. Was it Doctor Strange the first one or the last one that came out, the Multiverse of Madness? Excuse me, I'm still kind of sick, so I tried not to cough in the thing. Hi, yes, Multiverse of Madness. Okay, yeah, I thought that one was pretty cool. My younger brother watched it before me, and he said it's more of like a horror movie feel. I was like, okay, cool. When we were watching it, I got that feeling for sure. Um, yeah, I guess all the TV shows and all the movies all together, it becomes like so much to watch and try and get a hold of. Um, but I feel like that's just part of my personality of like trying to watch a bunch of content like that are very story driven and like interconnected. I like watching movies like that expand a world instead of just like one shot stories and you never see any into that world ever again, especially if it's like very heavy filled with like lore and other characters. So like that's one thing I like about it, like just being able to dive deeper into other characters and other storylines. Um oh no. Yeah. Yeah, learning that Elizabeth Olsen was the younger sister to the Olsen twins was a pretty big shocker too. But I feel like she definitely came out into her own. Just being able, not marketing herself as that. I feel like she really did a good job in creating her own path of into the acting world and the movie scene. Um, so with these live streams, we definitely want to be able to give people a chance to enter in the giveaway. So if you use the hashtag Vlogmas 2022 along with answering the question of which one of the Christmas movies do you think is overrated? Like people praise them a little too much, or you're just sick of watching them every year. Um, what Christmas movies do you find overrated? So answer that question along with the hashtag Vlogmas 2022, and you'll be entered in this year's giveaway. We're gonna try and be able to ship everything out the last week of December, so the last week of 2022. Um, yeah, for me, I think a Christmas movie that's overrated might be Die Hard because people talk about it too much. Like people try and they over compensate it being a Christmas movie, so I feel like it gets overrated. Home Alone. I completely forgot about Home Alone as a Christmas movie. There's so many like movies out there. One Christmas movie that I think last year or 2 years ago. It's called Klaus, and it's a Netflix original, so it's only on Netflix. I really like that one. I like the stylize of the animation and just how not super overly Christmassy, overly like over. I don't know. Like sometimes Christmas movies they have that feeling of like it's too much happy. It's and that's one thing I really like about Klaus is like it's definitely someone trying to find the Christmas spirit, but there's also a whole lot of other stories going on. Um, and Adrian's trying to log on, so I'm trying to help her to get on. Let me see if I can invite her into the thing really quick. Um, I'm using two screens, so like I have to figure out where my mouse is sometimes. um, Alrighty. Hopefully Adrian can jump on soon. Elf. I have a very controversial, I guess, opinion about Will Ferrell. I find him extremely annoying in most movies, especially Elf. I think the only movie I've watched that I actually can stand him in is The Other Guys, and that's because he's not being overly ridiculous about everything he's doing. Hopefully Adrian can get to the link. Um, so yeah. I feel like Will Ferrell's acting and sometimes the characters he plays are just a little bit too over the top for me, and I just don't like it. um, yeah, sorry for just like the long pauses. I'm trying to think of what else to talk about while Adrian tries to get on. Um, I don't know if I'm supposed to be able to let her in. Mouse, where'd you go? All right. Yeah, you invited her. Um, Hopefully she sees it. Hopefully she can get on. Um, she's not popping up as trying to join. I lost my mouse. There it is. Oh, Renee, do they have like Scandinavian Christmas movies, or is like having Christmas movies a very like American thing? I know I know there's like a bunch of different like holiday things. I listened to this podcast called Mythical Monsters, and last year they had a segment on different Christmas or Yuletide monsters, and so um they talk about like different monsters from like the Scandinavian era region. I think there was like a cat that eats people. Okay. And I know like there's like Krampus, that guy. Um Brady's asking me questions. What's my current passion project? Right now I'm not working on a lot of things. I am just kind of like trying to wrap up the year, but there's definitely this one passion project I have. I kind of don't want to get into it just so that sometimes I have a tendency to announce things but then not finish them because it's already been talked about. Um, Books, I am infamous for not reading really much. And my dream job. We answer that question in one of our later videos. Hi, Adrian. You're on mute.
Kelsey, hi everyone. How many people do we have on right now?
We have 20 viewers right now.
Hey everyone, sorry I'm late. We started cleaning, me and the kids, and we kind of got in the zone and I completely spaced out. It's the only quiet place. It's all crazy out there.
Well, at least you got on.
Yeah, thank you. So, all right, so let's get into it, eh? All late.
Okay. So what's your favorite Christmas movie that you like to watch?
I like A Christmas Story.
A Christmas Tune or the old one?
I watched the original.
Yeah, I was saying A Christmas Story and then Tokyo Godfather, which is an anime Christmas
Mm-hmm.
movie. Um and Nightmare Before Christmas.
Oh yeah, for sure. That one too. That one's fun because you can watch it during Halloween and Christmas,
We
and
watch
it's
it from
still
Halloween
appropriate.
to Christmas.
Continuously.
Yeah. Don't you?
No, we don't have a lot of time to watch movies, so like yeah. So we watch like movies on every now and then. Yeah. So
Um
what are some interesting comments?
Oh, I got to like the giveaway question, which was what what Christmas movie do you think is overrated?
Oh yeah.
And some people said Elf and Home Alone.
Oh, I love Home Alone. That's another one. That's one that me and the kids watch.
um Renee asked do you still does anyone still watch A Christmas Carol
Only the Mickey Mouse version. That one's cool.
or Miracle on 34th Street? I don't know where to find these really old the much older movies to watch. I've heard A Muppet Carol is really good,
Mhm.
but I haven't been able to find it anywhere to watch. um,
I
yeah,
think you can find them at Bookman.
yeah, you can probably find a lot of stuff at Bookman's. But I mean, like just the movies to watch, like streaming wise. I know I used to love watching Turner Classic Movies when I had it in Sedona on cable. I used to watch all those really
Hmm.
old Halloween movies. Yeah, and then some people were talking about Mean Girls, how Mean Girls is a Halloween and Christmas movie. And then I
No, it's not. Just kidding.
and then I was talking about Hawkeye, the TV show, and how that's more of like a
Hmm.
Christmas TV show because, well, the definition of a Christmas movie is the film must primarily be set during the Christmas season. A vast majority of great Christmas movies have their climax on Christmas Eve, but any time in the stretch from post Thanksgiving until New Year's qualifies as a Christmas movie.
Hmm.
Yeah, and then
Have you seen Planes, Trains, and Automobiles?
planes, trains, and automobiles? No.
Yeah, I watched that with Mike last year. He'd never seen it before. It was funny with John Candy and Steve Martin.
Nope, haven't seen it.
Oh, and then what about um Just Friends? Have you seen that with Ryan Reynolds?
I have seen it, yeah, but like only once. I don't think it might have been funny, but I don't really remember it.
Oh yeah, it's so funny. I love that movie. It's all stupid. But yeah.
I was telling chat earlier at the beginning that I'm not a big fan of like Hallmark movies,
Hmm.
and I feel like they're just really big cookie cutter movies, and it's the same plot, it's the same thing. It's just a different small town with a different um protagonist lady who's usually a lady, and then the town has to teach her the meaning of Christmas.
Oh yeah. Have you seen Bad Moms Christmas?
No, I haven't watched many like new movies, especially if they don't come out on Netflix or Hulu.
Mhm.
It's really hard to get out.
On Netflix. Should I go down the list and then maybe people can give a star rating in the comments if they've seen it already?
Um, sure, if you want to do that.
Okay. And then we watched the trailer and I was like, oh, sick. I don't want to see that. But this year I was like, let's just do it. There's one called Christmas with a View, A Very Country Christmas, Holiday Horror. Yes, please. And then I'm looking through our list right now to see if there's any last ones. But yeah, those are the ones. Oh yeah, Ninja Christmas. I never heard of any of these, but what we do is we just go through all the different trailers and then we pick one that we think is going to be good. So yeah, I was just looking through my Netflix list.
Disconnected. The internet's being really slow, and
Oh no, really?
it keeps like stopping. So
It was really
I don't know if like the playback when it comes back up, if it goes over what was recorded during the disconnection, or if it just skips it to like the end.
Oh, I see. Okay. Well,
So I don't know if parts of our conversation are missing, or if it just uploads it, buffers it late. You know what I mean?
that's yeah, it's kind of been doing that though. Like um what'll happen is like the playback will be all choppy. It won't include the entirety of our conversation.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So I think the entirety of you listing off the movies wasn't added.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna screenshots and then I'll post those up and then people can like see what's on my list.
Okay.
Sound good?
Yeah, sounds good. Like I was saying, like I only watch like the same few movies over and over again. Klaus on Netflix was one that we watched. I think it came out 2 years ago, and it was a really good one. It's an animated movie, so you should check it out. It's really funny.
That's what I've been hearing, and I was looking for it. I don't know if it was the right one. Let me see. Is it just like spelled like claws?
No, it's Klaus. Klaus.
Klaus.
Yeah.
All right, it's pinwheeling, but when it pops up, I'll add it to my list and I'll. I know you had mentioned it before, and I was like, oh, I should watch that. Okay, so it's like a little. So it's like a. It looks kind of
It's
How
animated.
do you say? Yeah, it's animated, but does it kind of look like Dr. Seuss?
I guess a little bit. That makes sense why I like it so much. But yeah.
Okay, and is it by Sergio Pablos?
I don't know. I'm like one of like the worst filmmakers because I don't like l- look up directors or anything like that. I'm really bad. I was like, I like this movie. Like, who's it by? I don't know. People.
Creatives. Got.
Unless I like watch the movie specifically because of
Mm-hmm.
the director. Um,
Oh, like Tim Burton. I know. I'll watch anything he makes.
like Tim Burton or keeps popping up, and I'm like, you can't watch these. Um,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I heard it's like pretty dark, pretty gruesome. Is it?
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you can see it, but it's like, where are you? Nope, it's going
It's
fuzzy.
all
It's all blurry.
yeah. You
It's
need to
like,
like unblur your.
no, I don't want to unblur my background.
I know either.
Um, there's like,
Sitting on the floor in the bathroom.
so the pin screen is just like a guy holding a red present in like a uniform, a blue uniform.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
With like a little.
Yeah. It's really
Okay, yeah.
hilarious.
That's a good one. Okay, I'll check that out.
I feel like the moment you got on, my internet is trying to like stream the Zoom and then also live stream it. So it's like trying to do two things
Oh
at
no.
once, and now it's just slow.
Should I
Met her in case she doesn't hear me.
maybe we can just post it on social media?
Yeah, but we can do both.
Yeah, I'll post it on social media for sure. Yeah, my Yaj is home and so he's doing the dishes. Me and Alex, we cleaned her room and Bahi's room. Michael's grading and we're gonna get ready. So I'm like, great, now I gotta go buy gifts for other people. Just kidding.
I think yes, this year my mom and siblings were like, well, we'll just do a secret Santa, so you just get one sibling a gift instead of trying to get every sibling a gift. I'm like, that helps when you have
Mm-hmm.
four siblings and almost everyone has a significant other, almost, but
Mm-hmm. I know Mike and I did that our first Christmas with my family. We bought everybody gifts and it was really expensive. And then after that, we started doing name swaps just to kind of give everyone opportunity because whoever the children pick, we still have to pay for those gifts too. So it's like,
I'm not too sure. Um,
let's figure it out.
we'll figure it out over the new year when we start doing more planning stuff. Um, but yeah, I just have like a basic record my screens. Um,
Yeah, right now we're using Zoom. So,
yeah, but we can look into like maybe there's a way to stream from two different places at the same time.
mhm.
That would be interesting.
Yep,
I
we'll
hate
figure it
Christmas.
out. If
I
you ever,
hate Christmas. I just hear the little Grinch when he's climbing up, or when he throws like the Jim Carrey Grinch when he just trashes the classroom
mhm.
and he's like, I hate Christmas. that's what I was saying about Vlogmas, just because it's so much, like I said, like so much stress. It's like I hate Vlogmas in that same tone. My husband can testify to that. He's like, you're cursing up Adrian and like making me do Vlogmas this year, but it's been kind of fun. I just think it's a little bit more pressure because I got sick at the beginning of the month, and so
Mm-hmm.
trying to vlog and upload and edit everything while I'm sick isn't fun.
Mm-mm. Yep, I feel ya. I know. I think the vlog I'm working on now is going to be pretty long because I already have over 30 minutes of content that's already edited and ready. But I'm not even done with the weekend yet. So yeah. But I mean, yeah, I think because I did Vlogmas last year, I knew what to expect, and I was already had the routine kind of down for myself. And so it's not for me, it's fine. I'm already pretty much I have almost all my videos uploaded. I just have this one and then two more I have to do. But
Yeah,
yeah.
for me, like I said, like everything kind of started late because of me being sick. So I haven't like the Christmas cookie making that I want to do, and then like just watching the lights is something I want to record too. But we haven't been able to go out and do any of that.
Mm-hmm.
So I've just
Stuff I'm working on. Then the dinner college graduation happened, and then just like holiday bazaars and things like that, that are going down. So it's actually been okay. Oh, I finally figured out how to film on 4K also.
that's good.
Finally. So hopefully my vlogs improve. The quality improves. But yeah, so I don't know. It's been fun for me. I feel bad that it's bad for you though. So if you want me to kind of pick it up and do more, I can. Or I just won't do this again next.
I don't know. Like it's okay. Like usually my end of the years are very um not stagnant, but like not as hectic anyways. Like there's not a lot of projects coming at the end. Um, but yeah, it's okay. It's not as bad as I thought. It's just like vlogging for me.
For me, the whole thing is like I want to be in the moment. You know what I mean? So me and my kids have been doing all kinds of fun stuff, and I'm not recording any of it because anytime I do include them, I always ask their permission first. So if they're included in something, I've already gotten permission and they've reviewed the footage and given their mark of approval. But I mean, they're not like there's a lot of stuff I haven't vlogged. You know what I mean? Like if you all my vlogs are just little snippets. Like they don't even capture the entirety of how awesome some of these things are just because I leave a lot out because I'm in the moment, I'm enjoying it, I'm having fun, and I don't turn my camera on. So I know it comes. I think they're coming across okay, but honestly, there's so much I leave out, and so. But it's fun for me because when I view them back later, I'm like, oh, I remember that, and then you remember
Mhm.
all the other stuff wasn't captured on film, and it's really nice. But yeah, it's been funny because like last night for example we went to this holiday bazaar, and then afterward I went to take the kids to get hot chocolate, and we were coming back into and I was like, here son, can you record this, because I was driving.
Mhm.
So he was recording and just kind of zooming in, zooming out, zooming in, zooming out. And it was it was really nice to capture that, but that was like the only little piece I got. You know what I mean? It wasn't even like I didn't get us getting hot chocolate. I only took a little sweep of one table at the bazaar. I didn't go to every single one and record everything because my son was like running around, just like having a fit and being all crazy. And I have a 5-year-old. He just turned 5, so he's nuts. And I'm like busy being a parent. I don't have time to be like, all right, everyone, like let's all look cute together. Let's all behave. Like we don't even roll like that. They be who they're going to be, and every now and then I'll capture a little moment, but other than that it's just kind of like, okay, this is boring, let's go home. You know what I mean? And like yesterday too, we got some bad news in our family. Like someone, my cousin's wife passed away.
Oh no, I'm
And
sorry.
Yeah, it's really sad. It's really sad. Like she went for a walk and she didn't come home, and then they found her. It's messed up. And so we're all freaking out, like, what happened, you know? And there's a lot, and I went to go see my cousin, and he told me, hey, he's like, I just got off the phone with my mom. You need to call like the basis, you know, and there's a lot of stuff that always gets left out in my vlogs. There's just, you know, snippets of something cute or something fun or something we did, but I don't capture everything, you know. But that's like traumatic. And so we're dealing with this as a family, and it sucks, you know, because I mean, my other cousin's wife, her father recently passed away too. So it's like, it's not easy, you know, like the way things are right now, like it sucks. Like I feel like for me at least, winter's always kind of been like that. So when the seasons start changing, I always start getting worried about our elders and I start getting worried about people. So yeah.
Yeah, I know like one year, like a couple years ago, like my great grandma and then my aunt passed away with like in weeks of each other. And
Mm-hmm.
I think yeah, it was around Christmas time, New Year's time.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm sorry for your loss. But it's
I know,
already 1 o'clock.
but I'm actually gonna them this time. That way I can drop them off, but I can also go see my cousins and check up on them. Because I don't know how they're dealing, but I know that, you know, usually like when things like this happen, it's good to have family around.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. I was gonna say like my little one, when she gets home, she's like pants off, and so it's kind of hard to record inside the house and family activities when she's just there in her undies.
Yeah. I know.
but but she's home, she's comfortable, she's like I don't have to be presented in any way. All right. Well, like I said, like it's 1 o'clock. So it's like, and the internet's being really shoddy. So we'll probably try and interact more with the comments. And on social media, we'll post up the movies list that we've been watching this or have planned to watch this
Mhm.
holiday season. And don't forget to
Good luck, everyone. Take care.